How's it going, guys? JP here. Welcome back to Body Bags. For this week, I decided to review a film by the title of Alien Raiders from the year 2008 with the tagline of a sci-fi shocker, which, honestly, it is a sci-fi shocker. It's a shocker that a film called Alien Raiders could be, above average, let alone actually good. Has to be one of the worst titles for a good movie that I've ever experienced. I mean, this title alone makes you not want to check it out. But, going against my judging the book by its title type thing, I decided to check this one out. It follows a group of characters who are working and shopping at a grocery store in a small town called like Lake Buck or Lake something. In comes a group of bandit-style people who are kind of like, robbing the store slash being like a terrorist group. At least on the outside, it looks like that's what they're doing. So they take all of these people hostage. It turns out that they are not terrorists and they're not just trying to rob the store, but they are actually hunting a alien species who has infected one of the people in the shopping center. They are convinced that at least one of the people are infected. They have different members of the group who are there for different things, medic and engineer, and they got a guy named Spooky who is their spotter. He can look at people and see as he looks in their eyes if they are infected with this alien being. He gets gunned down, so they no longer have a spotter and they have to resort to checking the old-fashioned way, which is kind of reminiscent of The Thing, where, instead of, the whole blood sample thing, they actually cut off a finger, but the scene reminds you of something out of The Thing. This movie actually does kind of remind you of The Thing in general. Definitely nowhere near as good, but it does have some of those elements to it. So yeah, that's basically the plot. Then you have the cop on the outside whose stepdaughter is in the building as one of the hostages, and he's trying to negotiate along with these people trying to escape that are hostages, and these, the group of raiders who are trying to figure out which one's the alien. Honestly, pretty damn solid. This film keeps you entertained. It keeps you, guessing around. I kind of knew that one of the characters was going to be an alien, and to no surprise, the one that I thought actually was an alien, which was kind of like, I saw that coming a mile away. There's actually one specific moment where they kind of give it away just by one of the looks that the characters give. The strong points of this film is that it has a cool setting, this grocery store, and it's small, low budget, but they utilize all the tools that they have to the greatest advantage that they can get out of them, the location, the, small concept really works well to build kind of like a tension type thing. Nowhere near as like effective as something like The Thing, but they kind of touch on it a bit, and you can tell that they kind of are right on the edge of having a really, really effective film in that sense of, tension and stuff. But it doesn't quite reach that mark, but you can tell that they're trying for something like that. I honestly gotta say, it's a fun movie. A bunch of people stuck in a grocery store with aliens terrorizing them. Some solid practical effects. They use what they have, and they do well with what they have. I will say that towards the end, I felt like it was getting a bit, it almost like kind of overstayed its welcome in a way. With it just felt like it really wasn't adding much at a certain point in the film, and it was just kind of playing by the numbers, paint by numbers style story towards the end. The climax was kind of predictable, and it was all just kind of what you would expect, and that early on there was a sense of you know, what's gonna happen. And then eventually it just kind of goes to where you expect it to go. So that was kind of a bit of a negative, but for what it is, it's definitely really solid. I would rate Alien Raiders a 7 out of 10. It's definitely really solid, probably an underrated gem, and I highly recommend you check it out. It's a good time. So with that said, guys, I'll check you out next week. Peace.